This is Mirror Business FM, and it is a day early to be talking to our oracle that is Jeff Rhodes, the man that knows everything online from Singapore. Jeff, good to have you back on the program. What are you doing there?
Business trip, Tim.
Oh, okay.
Can't say any more than that.
You can't say any more than that. If you told me any more, you'd have to shoot me, that kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah. Not really, but no business. Business as usual.
Good to hear. Jeff is MD for Business Development, Middle East and Asia at Monetary Metals. Jeff, again, for the last few weeks, I feel as though we have struggled to find a big story in gold a little bit. And this week, it's kind of more of the same, isn't it? Not a great deal going on.
Well, it is exactly more of the same, Tim.
Yeah.
It continues. It's not just in the gold market, but it's all the financial markets. We are in a holding pattern. We know the conflict that's going on at the moment is everyone's focus. And it doesn't matter whether it's foreign exchange or precious metals or equities, base metals, crude. All markets are on hold, waiting for hopefully a resolution.
Well, exactly. I mean, it really is all eyes on the hopes of a US-Iran peace deal. Signals are pretty mixed on that. If you listen to the president, it's one thing. If you listen to the vice president, it's another thing. If you listen to all the different sides, it's something else entirely. How would you characterize, Jeff, the last week in precious metals?
Well, I was watching the President Trump's kind of session with the press a couple of days ago outside the White House, and in the middle of a construction site. I thought I was back in Dubai actually, or in Ras Al Khaimah with all the banging going on. But even in that press conference, I ended up confused. I didn't know whether it was good or bad.
Right.
And I think during the whole watching, it was both, and that I think sums up the markets and continue. Look, gold is trading volume is increasing a bit. It's not as low as it was. It is increasing. I think people are becoming used to the current situation and are beginning to trade because, of course, as traders, to make money, you have to trade. And so I think the period of time that we've had a very low trading volume is, I think, over. We're getting a little bit more activity, and we're poised to return to normal. And that's what I hope we'll do. I hope we get a successful, peaceful resolution to the current situation, and we're back to normal. So I remain very optimistic, and what I do believe is gold has done very well to hold on to current prices, because you would have thought, given the lack of anything really going on, that gold could have come under pressure, and indeed it did a bit. We got down to a 7-week low yesterday of 4455.
Yeah.
But back above 4,500 this morning, around 4,550. So we're still in that trading range. As I say, just holding pattern, be patient. I think the markets would return to normal very quickly. Then we'll have a period of volatility and really high trading volumes. And you'll be asking me, well, when are we going to have a break from this? Because it tends to be feast or famine.
It really does.
It does. I mean, that's the nature of all markets, but particularly gold. That was really odd over the last week. We've had the London platinum and palladium market week, where the great and the good from the PGM markets gather in London. And typically that is a week of extreme price volatility.
Right.
We've had nothing. It's come and gone.
Yeah.
I expected to be talking about platinum or palladium much higher or much lower, but it hasn't happened. So we'll have to think about something else to talk about. And we can't talk about football given the weekend that's coming up.
Oh, I know. I don't even want.
Big Sunday.
I don't
big
want to bring
Sunday,
that.
Tim.
Well, it actually, the upshot of this could be that Jeff Rhodes no longer appears on this program. I mean, the way it's going.
I've got a deal. I've got a deal for you.
Go on,
okay, the team that loses,
Uh-huh.
all right, then the other person pays for dinner. We'll have a dinner.
All right, then.
You and I will have a reconciliation dinner. If Spurs stay up, I'll pay. If
Okay.
West Ham stay up, you can pay.
Okay, I can handle that. Do you know what? My son is travelling down from Scotland for his first West Ham game, and he gets this game as his first game at the London Stadium as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's an occasion. I'll hold you to that, and I'm up for that.
Okay, it's called an Irish bet, by the way. You're betting on the other team.
Yes, it is, but I've never been this nervous. I really haven't. Jeff, I wanted to ask you something just about. I was reading your report yesterday, and was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was the day before. And the US Fed are going to avoid cutting rates this year. That's the perception from most economists. And you were quoting a Reuters poll. That's kind of what people tend to think. I had a look at the minutes from the Fed's April policy meeting, and all of this backs up your holding pattern theory because the committee's holding the rate steady, 3.5% to 3.75%. Here's the line: the minutes reflect the committee's commitment to supporting maximum employment, returning inflation to its 2% objective, while monitoring the implications of incoming information for the economic outlook. So all of that means no change.
It does, Tim, and actually, when I think the Fed would love to cut rates, really, I would, because we are having a kind of Fed-friendly new boy in the chair as chairman of the Fed, who is the pick of Donald Trump, and although he will be an independent. Nevertheless, it makes sense to have, if you like, a rate cut friendly chairman alongside President Trump. And at the first opportunity they get, they will cut. It's just that we can't see it so this year. However, the conflict in the Gulf and the surge in oil prices came very quickly, and it was really kind of surprising when it happened. You know what? It could change very quickly. And if we do have a peaceful resolution, the Straits of Hormuz will be opened and everything will be back to normal. And in the blink of an eye, you'll probably see crude prices back around the $70 to $80 a barrel. I'm not a crude trader, but I can see that everyone must be long. In this environment, very dangerous to be short crude, short the energy futures now. So if there is a peaceful resolution, this will see much, much lower oil prices, and it is only oil prices that's driving inflation. There's nothing else. Really is nothing else. It is energy costs. So if we flip that around very quickly, you could easily see gold resuming its rally. As I say, crude back around $70 or $80, probably the US dollar under downward pressure, and we could easily see. Maybe we have to wait in Q4, but I could see in Q3, Q4, getting away from this, we're going to raise rates to we're going to lower rates. And at that point, gold resumes its upward rally that we saw in the first 2 months, and silver will be back in three figures.
Well, silver's up a few percent just this morning. At least it was when I looked 20 minutes ago.
Well, it could be down a few.
It could, yeah.
Now, honestly, the volatility in silver remains a sight to see. I personally like it. I like it when silver's volatile. As you know, I am a silver person. I like silver, always have done. And I think although we're seeing what we're seeing at the moment, and it's been probably gold has been in the same trading range for a month. But silver hasn't. Silver's been up to $90 and down to $70, and a lot of movement in between those two parameters. So I think, as I say, it's only a matter of time before we're back to normal. And back to normal means, for me, higher prices in precious metals.
I've just remembered something from your report, and I wanted to make sure, and I nearly forgot to say this, but I enjoy your terminology of the day section, as you know. This is basically a glossary of kind of base precious metals terms and other related things, right? So A to Z. So we're back to A at the moment because you've kind of been through, and you're obviously revisiting. And I have to say, you've surpassed yourself with avoir du poids.
It's French.
It's fantastic, Jeff.
That's all I know.
I'm just so impressed with your bilinguality. But do you know, I didn't know what this was, but it's interesting. System of weights for commodities, except precious metals, stones, and drugs. 1 avoirdupois ounce is 28.35 grams, or 437.5 grains.
Grains, yes, of course, and it was grains, literally grains. That was the measurement of gold back in the day, as they say, back many centuries ago.
Right.
So it was weighed against grains of corn.
We should be bringing back more terms like this because there's something that these are the things that bring things alive. These terms.
Yeah, they do actually. I actually created this glossary of terms when I was in London, and as some people might know, and you might know, I was the founding editor of the LBMA's Alchemist magazine that is published. I think it's quarterly these days. But as part of that, I actually developed this glossary of terms because there were so much terminology that I didn't understand. I was hearing this terminology and didn't know what it was. And I did it for my own purposes. And then one bright spark at the LBMA said, why don't we publish this? And so we did. And so I'm now kind of regurgitating it. Yes, I'm going back to A. Unfortunately, it's only A to Z or A to Z. And but not everyone would have seen the first edition, so I'm repeating it again, and almost back to your favourite, which is it's one of your favourites, which is backwardation.
Backwardation I like a lot, but avoirdupois, I don't know. I feel more sophisticated when I use terms in French.
Yeah, don't use it in the restaurant though; it won't work.
No, I know, but it's just I have a little avoirdupois, and then everybody's happy. Oh man, Jeff,
very good.
Always good to talk to you. Singapore this week, back in Dubai next week. It's Eid. We won't see you, but we'll see you hopefully in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, okay. And when is Eid, Tim? I'd lost track.
Eid is, it's been announced for private sector Tuesday through Friday. So 4 days. And then the weekend runs as well. So lots of people with a week. Some people with as much as 9 days off.
Wow. Does that include you?
It doesn't include me, unfortunately. But as you well know, no peace for the wicked, Jeff.
Well, I guess that's why I'm still working.
Yeah, you said it, not me. Good to chat to you. Appreciate you coming on.
Take care.
Jeff Rhodes,
Cheers,
Managing
bye.
Director for Business Development in the Middle East and Asia at Monetary Metals, the oracle that is Jeff Rhodes. This is Mirror Business FM.